Hey folks, it's Arnold here with Overland Explorer Vehicles. I'm sitting in a summit with the owner, and his name is Andy. Andy, thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
good morning.
Um, Andy's been full timing in this unit for how long now?
This is my fourth year full time, living full time. No
Okay.
hotels,
Yeah.
no Airbnbs, full time in here all the time.
Right on. What part of the country where are you touring around? What are you doing? You just chasing the sun? What are you doing?
I am absolutely chasing the sun, and the proper temperature for me is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm traveling around mostly in the West. I left the East Coast in 2020.
Nice.
And so I've been California, Colorado, Arizona, Utah, now in Red Deer, Canada, in OEV's parking lot.
Well, there's worse places to be. Okay, I just got a couple of questions for you. Like, why did you pick our product? Why did you pick the OEV and in particular the Summit?
Oh my gosh. Well, I could probably speak a long time about that. Um, the basic decision was made on pure intuition because of the beginning of the conversations with OEV was on the telephone when I was located in New Jersey.
That's right. I remember that because I think I was on the other end of the call. So
And yes, you were, sir. And based on the tempo, the flow, the comfortability that I felt on the phone, um, made me felt comfortable and confident with the conversations, and so things proceeded from there.
yeah, 'cause at that point, I don't think you'd ever even put a hand on any of our products before, had you?
Oh gosh, no,
Yeah.
I hadn't put a hand on
Yeah.
any RV, any trailer, any van that people were doing a lot of. I think the only thing that educated me quickly about this product line and lifestyle, it was attending an Overland Expo show in 2017.
Yeah, those are helpful. Those are I recommend that to anybody that's is a current overlander or had never overlanded or even camped before to go do that because there's so much to offer those shows.
Right.
Not just relation to product, but also in terms of people that have done it, right? And they share their stories, and it's a great community, right? Everybody's always willing to share their information. So
Yes,
good on
sir.
you. Good on you for doing that. And yourself, like one of these guys that just I know this about you, so just share with everyone. Like, what do you do? Are you a hiker? Are you a biker? What are you? What? How do you recreate?
I am an addictive cyclist. So yeah, I compete at national levels. So that was my hobby, and that was the lifestyle I wanted to manifest. How could I live and be anywhere in the country and enjoy that hobby?
Mm-hmm.
And so that also connected itself to OEV's product and product line.
Right.
So yeah.
Because this the summit that you actually ordered, and we're sitting inside that. I think I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. But the summit that we're actually sitting in, the product that we're sitting in is your summit, and it's got the rear garage. So the maps that you see on the wall behind the dinette there, there's a garage in there, and there's typically more than one bike sitting in there. So I can vouch for that. I've seen it myself. So awesome. How is the product? Like you bought it, sight unseen, that sort of thing. And then oh my gosh, then I remember we're delivering it during COVID. That's a whole other story. We won't even get into that, but that was interesting as well because COVID just kicked off and that was all bananas. But has the product, has it met your expectations? Because you've been using it now for you're in your 4th year of using it, so.
Has it met my expectations? I continue to be in awe of the ease and comfort that I find with living in this vehicle. I think it's going to be very difficult for me to go back to a regular sticks and bricks situation, a regular house, just because of I have everything here. I have heat. I have hot water, on-demand hot water. I take a shower. I don't have to set the shower up. I just walk into the bathroom and take a shower. Every year and every place I go, I mean, I spent almost 2 months down in Baja this winter, and if anyone has experienced that area, it can be very rough and rugged. And this truck was made. It's an expedition vehicle, and every time I push the envelope, it answers the call, and I have had no issues. The habitat articulates completely separately from the chassis, which it continues to amaze me with all the places that I've been and continue to go. The abilities with no issues. Yeah,
and that's important because, I mean, that's what we're marketing on, and we often don't use our own experiences all the time, but we use our own experiences, but we also use our customers' experiences. So when you're down in the Baja, you're in sand, you're in elements like that, and we're always telling folks, we design a product that's extremely lightweight, agile. We don't build a cabin that's more than 7 feet wide, because I often tell people that they'll look at the Summit and go, oh boy, it's big, especially with a single wheel conversion like yours has.
Yeah.
But I often tell them it's like driving a minivan. That might be a little bit embellished a bit, but it's not a difficult rig to drive, in my experience. And you've not driven anything larger than, before you had this, what was the largest thing you ever drove?
A Honda Civic.
Yeah, so
Yeah, considerably different. But you're absolutely right, Arnold. I kind of envision myself doing this and wanting to be able to pull into a Whole Foods parking lot and park and be able to fill my truck with and refrigerators and cabinets with groceries that I can be off grid 2 to 3 weeks, no problem, and then be able to maneuver some very tight, skinny roads in small towns, and I have not had any issues with any of that at all. Any issue that I have is with someone that wants to get into a conversation that could last a half an hour, where I might have to go do something instead. But other than that, I think I'm living my best life.
That's awesome, and the fact that what constantly blows our mind is our customers like yourself, that they work hard their entire lives, they invest their hard-earned dollars on our products to live their best life, to retire in, whatever their story is, and it's really humbling because the fact that people choose us, and it's a lot of weight on our shoulders, that we're hoping that we meet their expectations. We hope that we exceed their expectations, and we always stay in contact with you, and as we do with most of our customers, and that we're able to. And we've been following you along. You're now on social media as well.
Yeah.
Do you care to share that?
Yeah, you can see that on Facebook and Instagram. Alpha Truck House Wild and Free.
Yeah.
Because that's truly what it is. Truly what it is.
Yeah.
And it's been great. And so have stopped into Red Deer here just to do a couple of tweaks on the interior of the truck that as I've gone along will suit my needs a little bit better, and then from here hopefully head up to Denali. So
Yeah, this time you deleted, so right above the sink here, I'm just pointing, there's a cabinet there.
yeah, there was here originally. I had installed a microwave and convection oven, and so I've decided to delete that just because of lack of use really on a regular basis. So deleted that, which now avails me a tremendous amount of cabinet space for.
Yes, that's a huge, and the convection units, they require a lot of space around for cooling. So hence, that's why the cabinet's so big to begin with. But yeah, you'll be, you may even need to put a shelf in there. We'll see how things go once you start using it.
Well, a lot can go in there. An Instapot, a juicer, a lot of things. But here, I mean, here's a great example of quality. I mean, it's everything is aluminum or composite. There are no wood. There's no wood. There are no screws, and just the sound of that latch alone speaks volumes in my opinion, because it's tight. It doesn't rattle, and
yeah, well, that's it. I mean, we build for off-road, so we need products that are going to stand up. I mean, we love wood, but there's places for everything, and wood belongs in houses, in our opinion. But just for environmental reasons, environmental cycling, humidity, dry, hot, cold, that sort of thing. So
yeah,
that's why we made some of the choices that we do. Some people, a lot of people like it. Some people don't. But in some of our builds, we give people the ability that they can, choose some fabrics. They can choose some colors and things like that for the powder coat aluminum cabinets and the door fronts and things like that. So just to make it feel a little bit more homey and not so laboratory.
Well, yeah, I mean, right. So there are pros and cons to everything, but this has been very easy to maintain, very easy to clean. And, as I said in the beginning, I've been in this full time all the time. And people walk in and say, well, oh my gosh, it looks brand new because of the materials that have been used.
Yeah. And you're not a pig, right?
And try not to be.
He didn't even clean up. Like he just...
No.
This is his place. I'm just going to give a quick pan here around.
I'm actually...
it's a great cabin. It's 13 feet long. And grade to rub rail up on the roof is 11.5 feet, I believe, something like that. So... Are you willing to share, because you're living in here, you've got all your gear in here,
yes,
that
sir.
sort of thing. Do you know what your weight is? Have you driven over any scales?
Loaded with everything in it, I believe I am just over 17,000 pounds.
Okay, that's decent. Because that's water.
That's
fuel,
80 gallons of water. That's 80 gallons of fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all the gear that is packed in here, every nook and cranny.
Yeah. And this is on a 55 Ram 5500 84-inch cab axle. So this particular one, I can't remember your GVW on your chassis. Is it 18.5 or is it 19.5 on this one?
19.5.
19.5. So you got a good safety factor remaining with all your gear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is really important because you put on these, you do the single wheel conversion to these 41s, and often what people overlook is that, it's the size of your axles, it's the size of your brakes, because you're not changing any of that. You're just changing the wheels and tires, some front fenders, you're putting a spacer up front. With us, I mean, because we build so lightweight, we don't have to go crazy. You have to replace your shocks, obviously, because you're putting, you're blocking your rear axle and that sort of thing. But the thing is we use the factory suspension outside of the shocks.
Yep. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
And you don't need to do anything more than that. You can do some other things if you'd like to, but we always tell people, try it first, see what you think, because the way these trucks are designed is you got to put some weight on them. And once that weight's on those mechanical suspensions, then they start to work, right?
Yes.
And you'll find very quickly that they're actually pretty reliable and pretty comfortable. And then you can get things fixed anywhere. And then you don't have to spend a lot of money to get something that you may not actually need in terms of suspension. So on those upgrades.
That's
so,
what I think. Yep.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's all mechanical.
Yeah.
So
Keep it simple, stupid. Right. That's the thing. I mean, you're always trying to get as far away, like all of us. You're trying to get as far away from people as possible. So what you need is repeated reliability, and that's what we're trying to deliver to you and the rest of our customers. So we appreciate you. Thanks very much for taking a chance on us, rolling the dice with us, and I'm not surprised that you're getting the results that you are. We just didn't start doing this off a whim. We bring to it a lot of experience and in different fields, and even our technicians that work with us. These guys, we got guys that build hot rods. We got guys that they're auto body technicians. They're woodworkers. They're all sorts of different backgrounds that they're bringing to the table. So
right.
it's interesting. It's everybody is able to bring their experiences and help and put those into some of the technical things that we've actually added into our products. So again, much appreciated.
It's been
Thanks
great.
very much.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
Absolutely. Peace out and and happy trails, man.
Thank you.